I think 2024 at the movies was really interesting because we started off with this sort of like Oppenheimer Oscars and this sort of big celebration of, not independent, but, big studio made original films, Emma Stone winning for Poor Things. It was feeling very good and hopeful. And the box office had been up in 2023 despite the strikes. And we still weren't at pre-pandemic levels, but again, things were feeling on the up and up. And I think 2024 was, both the year that we sort of felt the real effects of the strikes in terms of the release calendar being depleted. And it also seemed to return to normal in the way that the top 10 films of the year right now are all franchises. They're sequels, they're just part of long running things, whether that's, Beetlejuice, something, from decades ago, or Inside Out 2, something more recent, which is the #1 movie of the year this year. Business wise, ultimately 2024 is going to end down from 2023 and significantly down from pre-pandemic. This year, even with the influx of, Wicked and Moana 2 and Gladiator 2, the Christmas releases this year just aren't, they're not going to be big blockbusters, but they sort of offer, an interesting treat for cinephiles with Nosferatu and Baby Girl and Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown. Mr. Holt, have both of you right here for me. In addition to being hampered by the strikes and the release calendar kind of depleted, it was also a year where, we always have flops. There are always, unexpected things, but a lot of films had a lot going for them and then just like didn't pan out at the box office. There was The Fall Guy, which, they kept in theaters, I think, until it crossed 100 million. But, it didn't do very well. And it had everything going for it, including, two of the stars of Barbie and Oppenheimer. Furiosa had a lot of hype behind it, had a lot of critical praise, and that just didn't soar at the box office. And then there was Joker 2, which again seemed to, it had all the prestige of the first movie, the $1 billion from the first movie, Oscar nominations and wins, and then that just tanked. It just died on arrival. It didn't do well with critics or with audiences. I think in terms of Oscars and looking ahead, because we will be talking about these movies, for a couple months into 2025, there's a lot of really brave and kind of unexpected performances from maybe people who we thought we knew what they had to offer. Nicole Kidman is always doing something interesting, but she's just on another level in Baby Girl. Daniel Craig is flexing his dramatic muscles in Queer and just really giving, again, just something that you might not expect, even having seen him in, Knives Out or as James Bond. On your left, Nicole, that smile.
Mr. Craig, sir.
And Mr. Craig, that smile, sir.
Mr. Craig. Daniel, they got it. They got
right in front of you, sir.
Daniel, right here.